What's up, guys? I want to ask you all a question, and the question is this: what is your number? What is your number? What do I mean by that? If you're watching my videos, then you're probably interested, obviously, in surplus funds, overages. And if you're interested in overages or surplus funds, then you're interested most likely in some sort of business opportunity, whether it's in real estate or just a business opportunity in general. And if you're looking at business opportunities, then you're wanting to maybe retire, supplement your income, maybe replace your job, or just make some extra money on the side. I don't know. All our situations are different, right? But if those are your goals, right? If you have a goal to retire or to quit your job or to increase your income by X amount, then you should have a goal in mind that's a number, right? And so I wanted to ask you, what is your monthly number? What is it for you? And why am I asking you this? The reason I'm asking is because if you're clear on what your number is, then you can better evaluate maybe potential business opportunities that you're looking at, whether it's overages, maybe it's in real estate like wholesaling, fix and flip, or maybe it's a side hustle like e-commerce or internet marketing, whatever it is. If you have your number in mind, then you can say, okay, this is how many units I need to sell, or this is how many deals I need to do a month in order to hit my number. Okay. And so it's really important to be clear on that. I'll share with you, for example, my number. When I was working at the prison, I started out making $16 an hour. Now, if you do the math on that, $16 an hour times 40 hours a week times 52 weeks in a year. Go ahead and do the math and see what you get. It should be around 33, 34, 35,000, somewhere in there. That's how much I was making a year as a corrections officer. Now, for those of you that have seen the video showing my tax returns, you're like, well, Nick, you were making more than that. Yes, keep in mind that the tax return was a joint return with my wife, and she was also working. So that's why we were able to get up over that $40,000 a year mark. But my personal income was around $35,000 a year. It's not very much. And when you understand that, and at least for me, then I started to realize why so many officers were working overtime just to make ends meet. Because 35,000 a year divided by 12 months, I don't know what that is. It's a little less than $3,000 a month, right? But then when you factor in your rent or your mortgage, your bills, you don't have a lot left over. So my number when I was at the prison was $2,500 a month. I was like, if I can make $2,500 a month, then I can cover my basis. I can cover my costs, and I don't have to work here. For those of you that make less than that, or you make around the same amount, or maybe a little more, that's a blessing. It's a blessing that you're in that position. Why? Why is that a blessing? You're probably like, Nick, you're crazy. Here's why. When you start out kind of at the bottom of the totem pole, so to speak, the only direction to go is up. You're more likely to go up because you're already at the bottom, right? For those of you that are making like $100K a year or $200K a year, and you're looking to quit your job, you're in a tough spot. Like, if I was working a job back in the day where I was making $100K a year, I probably would have settled and been like, I'm just gonna ride it out. Because if you're making six figures, there's a chance you could go backwards, right? And you probably will go backwards in the first year or two. It's just the reality. It's the reality of business, because the thing with business is there's expenses and you don't know when you're going to get paid, depending on the business you're in. That's very real in this business. You may have a month, like this month, you may have a 5-figure month, and then the next month you may have 0. That's stressful. But anyway, going back to the original question, what's your number? Once you have your number, now ask yourself, okay, how many surplus funds deals do I need to do a month in order to reach my number? Is it 1? Is it 2? Is it 5? And is that doable? Or how many do you need to do in a year to hit your number? You may not have a monthly number. Maybe it's just an extra, maybe you just want to make an extra 10K a year, or 20K or 50K or whatever it is. Okay, how many deals do you need to do to hit that number? And then you work backwards from there. Okay, this is how many deals I need. That means I need to get this many contracts signed, make this many phone calls, have this many conversations, have this many leads, so on and so forth. Okay. Anyway, once you have your number, then you just work backwards. And I was just curious to see what your guys' number is. And then ask yourself this, guys. Ask yourself, can the surplus funds business, can it give you your number? Can it get you where you want to go? Okay, ask yourself that question. Ask yourself that question with any business opportunity you're evaluating. Can this business get me to where I want to go? And is it something that I will enjoy long term? That's another very important thing. Will you enjoy the work? Will you enjoy doing what it takes to get to your goal? If the answer is no, like if you're evaluating surplus funds, and the answer is no, like you don't see that this business is viable to get to where you want to go number-wise, then stop studying it and move on to something else. Don't waste your time. Find something that fits for you. Second question, will you enjoy the process of doing the surplus funds business in an attempt to reach your objective? Would you enjoy helping people recover funds that they have lost from a foreclosure or tax sale? Would you enjoy helping them? And if the answer is no, well, then don't do this business and spend no more time studying it. Go find something else. Ask yourself these questions, guys. Caveat to that, keep in mind that in any business opportunity, there will be things that you will not enjoy. You have to be able to understand that there are going to be components of every business that you will not enjoy. For me, cold calling. I don't like cold calling. But I understood that I had to go through that. I had to go through the process to, 1, get where I wanted to go. 2, because I had to bootstrap the business. I didn't have money to just give to someone to do the calls for me, at least not in the beginning. But I understood I had to do that. And it was something that I did not enjoy, but I had to do it in order to reach my goal. But then as you grow and you level up, then you can begin to hire other people to do those things for you. But keep that in mind, that in any business, most likely there will be things, work that you have to do that you will not enjoy. Okay? All right. Enough ramblings. I just wanted to pose these questions to you guys because they're important questions, and I hope that they help save you time, energy, effort. Because the last thing I want is to, I mean, obviously, I try to keep it real with you guys. I try to tell you, hey, this is what it is. Like, this business is a great business, but there are thousands of businesses out there, and this may not be the right one for you. It may not be the best fit. It may not be in line with the goals that you want to accomplish. You know, there's the marketing gurus online, they're all about like passive income, right? Passive income, I don't know what that is. They're semi-passive, but at the end of the day, even if you are making money from investments that you may not actively be involved, at some point in time you had to work for that money to invest. So there's really no such thing as passive income. At some point in time you had to make effort to get the money to make it so it became passive, which isn't really passive, right? So if you're looking for passive income, overages isn't what you want to do. At least it won't be in the beginning. Now, if you can just, maybe if you have resources where you can outsource all of the tasks to a team, maybe you own a call center, or maybe you have a team of virtual assistants and you can just give them the whole system and say, hey, do this, then it could be passive for you. But if you're a one-man show like I was starting out, it's not going to be passive. It's going to take work and effort and consistency to see results and see success. That's the reality. If you're looking to make $100,000 a month, I don't do that. I don't make $100,000 a month from surplus funds. I don't. So this may not be the business for you. Now, if you're looking for an extra 5 or 10 or 20K or whatever, that's possible, because I've done that. I've seen that. My other students have seen that and done that. But it all depends on you. And whenever you're evaluating an opportunity, just ask yourself these questions. Will the opportunity get you to where you want to go? And will you stick with it long term, because you'll enjoy the majority of it, the majority of the work that will be involved? And here's the thing, guys, if you start a business and it doesn't work out, that's okay. Sometimes starting one thing will lead you to discover something else. One of my students, this happened to him. His name's Pete. I think he has a YouTube channel called Medical Commodities. Oh, bro, I'm sorry, I can't remember the name. But anyway, I actually have an interview that I need to post. I just remembered this. Pete was one of my students. He started out doing surplus funds, and then he discovered this new business of medical commodities, and he just took it and he ran with it, and he is killing it in this business. And I am so stoked for him because he found his thing. Surplus funds was just a little blip in his journey, but he found his thing. And so that might happen to you, where you start down a path and you discover that it's not for you, but then you discover something else. That happened to me. I started out wholesaling real estate, and then I discovered overages. So I went down the path of wholesaling real estate and then changed directions when I discovered this. And that may happen to you too. Maybe you go down this route and you find something else. And that's okay, because one thing that's important is it's not This is my last thing I'm going to leave you guys. I apologize for rambling, but I hope this is valuable. It's not the business that makes you successful. It's not the strategy. It's not the business opportunity. The business is just a vehicle. But it's you. It's the skills you develop as a business person that will make you successful. It's you as the driver. The strategy and the opportunity is just the vehicle. You are the driver, and the skills that you develop in your journey is what's going to make you successful or not. Keep that in mind too, guys. That's something very important that I've learned, because when I was looking and in the beginning of my journey, I was like, I have to pick the right business. I have to pick the right strategy. That's not true. It's, I have to get the right skills to make me successful as a business person so that I can go into any strategy I want and be successful. That's the key. That's the key to success. And that's the key to getting what you want in life, is acquiring the skills that will make you successful. All right, guys. Have a good day. We'll see you.